Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Margot. This is Life After Work, and this is my retirement journey. So this is Sunday. Um, Sunday, I don't even know the date. The 9th, I think. Um, it's a couple of days before my birthday, and so this is going to be really short because my friend is down from Connecticut, and we've just been out hanging out, having fun. We got to go to bingo today. She won some money, I won some money, so yay, happy birthday to us. And then tomorrow we got some stuff that we want to go do and go hang out and go do a little shopping before she has to go back to Connecticut. And her car is going to go back full because I have quite a few things that she's going to be taking back. One of those being my mother's jelly hutch. I don't want to leave it for the roommate because it's just going to end up in the dump somewhere, and it's absolutely beautiful jelly hutch. Things like that. So, and various other things. She's going to take back some canning jars because people she works with would like the canning jars, and probably my canning pot and all that, because none of that's coming with me. I can't, it's too big. I can't put it on the plane. Not gonna try to tote it around the world with me. Not gonna happen. I'm pretty sure I can find all the necessary items that I need to do canning once I get overseas. I've kind of had to take a chill pill, quit watching the exchange rate. We all know the dollar is taking a nosedive, and I don't see that correcting itself anytime soon. So it is what it is. I'm currently in the process of looking for some type of part-time remote work that I can do. I'm not going to do full-time. I don't want to. I'm just looking to make an extra couple of $100 a month, and that's it. So that's where I'm at. In the process of pushing my son to do the same thing. He is convinced that he's not smart enough, so it's trying to unconvince him of that. Somebody along the way has convinced him he wasn't smart enough to do anything online. So it's hard to unconvince an adult of things like that. So that's where I'm at. Still looking at Albania. That's still my number one choice. I still have Paraguay in my back pocket. Just not feeling Paraguay. That's all there is. Beautiful country. Looks like there's a lot to see, a lot to do, and just, great weather to hang around and just, hang out in my backyard. So Albania is still where I want to go. Europe is my first number one choice. Actually, Germany would be my number one choice, but that's not going to happen unless I hit the lottery. So that's not likely. Other than that, I just wanted to touch base and say hey and let y'all know that I'm not nearly as stressed. I'm just trying to have some fun this week, just kind of relaxing and hanging out and enjoying birthday week, and just, getting myself grounded again. I kind of have to stop and do that. Then after my friend goes home, it's hard push to start getting rid of furniture. Is going to get out of here. I plan to leave the house. I'm going to leave the beds and maybe a chair for in the living room, but everything else is going because I need to get stuff up off the floors to be able to redo the floors, and then things away from the walls so that I can wash and paint. And that's where that's at. And we're getting down to the wire. We've got 5 months to get all of that done. So here we go. And the race is on. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. I have a couple of plans that I want to throw out in the future. I'm looking at one like how to step-by-step get into the Social Security website so that you can start your own journey into retirement. And you can, even if you're not retirement age, you can still track what you would be making. Say you want to retire at 62 and you're only 55, but you want to retire at 62. So their website's really cool. There's a way to track that. It'll tell you how much you can expect to make when you hit 62. If you stay on the current path of what you're making, and they take into account that you get a raise periodically at your job. I work for the government. We're not getting raises anytime soon, so yeah, that's not going to be any fun. But I know what I'm potentially going to have every month in my bank account at this point. Potentially, um, there's variables, things like they decide to give Social Security a raise. They decide to take money out of my Social Security to pay for whatever. So yeah, so there's variables. With that, I want to show everybody. I want to be able to get on here and show you all what I'm looking at when I look at my own account, and just kind of get in here and play around and show you all what to look for, where to click, how to get, how did I get set up. You do have to set up an account with ID Me, or the other, I can't remember the other choice, but I use ID Me so because it was easy, and I set up the account in a couple of minutes. And once you get that set up, you just keep that password, and that's how you get back into Social Security. It's how you get into most of your government, whatever you need to do with the United States government. My son and I will be applying for our FBI background checks at the end of December, the beginning of January, because whatever country you go to, they're only good for 6 months. And December, January is going to be okay, because by the time we get them back, we're looking at March maybe. And this is assuming the government's back up and running by then, and they've gotten through the backlog. So yeah, we'll be applying for that. I have got to send some things off to be apostilled, and once we get those back, we're going to be golden. I know that not all countries want that kind of information, and I know that some consulates will do the apostille, but most of our consulates will not. So I'm not going to risk it. We're just going to go ahead and get it done while we're sitting here stateside, and get it back into our possession so that we can put it safely away and have it when we need it. I still got to take Roosevelt for his, he's going to need rabies in January. He has to get that 30 days prior to travel. They need to be able to see that he had that rabies. So January, he's got to get rabies. We're going to get that done, get his toenails done again, and get a refill on his anti-anxiety medication, which has really been helping him this time. The last vet that gave us anti-anxiety medication, it did not work. But this time, this vet is really good, really like him, and he's USDA certified, so he can do his paperwork for his puppy passport. He's dead sound asleep next to me over here. So we're going to get all that done, and this is really getting down to the wire. I took a suggestion from a fellow YouTuber, and I started packing. I cleaned out my dresser and gave away bags of clothes that I didn't realize I still had that much clothing. And then I'm going through, I left like all the clothes that I wear for work are still hanging in my closet, but my other suitcase is dead empty. So like a lot of the clothes that I wear for work, I wear all the time. It's just nice, comfortable clothes that I like. So I wear that all the time. So that kind of stuff is going to go into the big luggage. It's my regular everyday stuff. And I'm rethinking things that I packed in my medium-sized luggage. Like, do I really need t-shirts? Probably not. I mean, like I'm wearing one now, but I think I wear like the same 3 t-shirts because I only wear them once in a blue moon. So I think I can go through that and unpack it and get rid of some stuff. I did find, and it was awful, went to Michael's craft store, and they had these Harry Potter 40-ounce Stanley cups or Stanley knockoff cups, and I had to have one, so that's in that luggage. But I stuffed rolled up socks down inside, so took up room for something, but I made room because I stuffed my socks down inside of it. And I have a coffee mug that I've had. It was my first Mother's Day present ever, and that's traveled around the world with me and back again. So it's gonna go back around the world with me this time. That's gonna go in my luggage. And I really have decided that the spinning wheel's coming with me. I've got to take it apart and take it over to um, UPS. Most likely will do it. I can take it over to UPS and have them package it for me for shipping, so that it's not getting rattled around on the airplane. They'll bubble wrap it, put it in a box, and all of that. So that's got to go over there. I'm going to do that next month in December. Get that done, get that ready to go, and then that way my luggage, my box, my dog are all set up and ready to go. And Roosevelt's luggage, I'm pretty sure he's going to need a carry-on too, because he's got his toys, his food bowl, um, his leashes. He's got a prong collar that I put on him when we walk so he doesn't yank me through the forest, and his harness. So that's all got to fit in his luggage. So I'm pretty sure he's getting a second carry-on. Um, and then I'll have my backpack full of stuff. Of course, like I'm working on crochet projects that I plan to put in my backpack. At least a couple of skeins of yarn and my crochet hook and my project that I'm working on are going to go in my backpack so I can work on that. Because I got 14 hours to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to make something. And then, I don't know, we'll see. So I got these nifty little, they're clips. They're about this long, and they wrap around your luggage and you snap them together. But they're meant to hold, like I can put my 40-ounce Stanley Cup on it, and I can haul it through the airport with me that way. So they're meant to hold stuff like that, and I plan to use it like to attach my mug to my backpack, so that once I get through security, I can stop somewhere and get it filled with water or juice or soda or whatever. I'm not a big soda drinker, so probably water or juice will go in there with some ice, and it should last me the entire flight. The entire flight. And I got my son one, so he'll have his as well. And he's got his little strap to attach his to his backpack as well. He's also got, I got him like a couple of cheap, those 400 games in one Game Boy type things. I got him one of those. That'll keep him busy on the plane, because he doesn't really knit or crochet, but it'll give him something to do. And then we both like to do puzzle books, so we're going to go pick out a couple of puzzle books and grab a couple of pens and stick those in our backpacks. And that way we're just going to have things to do to keep ourselves occupied on a really long flight over the ocean. I've been over the ocean twice, so we'll see how my son handles it. Because it's like you try not to freak yourself out that you're over the ocean, and God forbid we go down, because you're not going to hit solid earth, but almost better chances of hitting the water than you do hitting the earth, I think. Oh well, I'm not gonna be the bearer of I'm not gonna forebode anything. Let's put it that way. All right, everybody, have a great night. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you know anybody who wants to follow this journey, who may need some information about retirement, who may need some information about planning to move overseas, because here in the US, those of us who are getting ready to retire, who weren't told back in the day that we should be having this huge giant $300,000 savings account, we're not going to make it. The anybody that's, what are they calling us now, Generation Jones? Yeah, we're not going to make it. None of us have any kind of retirement account, and it's going to be a struggle for all of us. Most of us are on medications that we can't afford without insurance. So I'd rather take my chances in Europe, where I can buy the medication and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. And that, what I can't buy in whatever country I live in, I'm sure I can go to a neighboring country and they have it. So it's a good excuse for me to get out and travel a little bit. The dog is on the medications that he's on are readily available everywhere. So I'll still be able to get his prescriptions refilled. Most of my stuff I can get refilled. Um, I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. I'm worried about where I'm going to land because, like I said, Paraguay is not my first choice. I'm not feeling it, but if I've got to go there because I can't afford to go anywhere else, guess what? Paraguay is going to be my new place, and I'm going to learn Spanish instead of Albanian. Have a good night, all. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.